A professor of quantity survey, Ganiyu Amuda Yusuf of the University of Ilorin on Thursday delivered a 281st inaugural lecture as the pioneer in the faculty's history since its formation. Titled Value Proposition for Enhancing Cost Management of Subservient and Neglected Elements in Building. Professor Amuda Yusuf expatiated the neglect of quantity survey experts in the construction industry in Nigeria, despite the strong and well-defined regulatory frameworks, do so at their own peril.
Related problems and coordination problems as treated below by Amuda Yusuf, Adebiyi, Olowa, and Ilorin 2017A. The neglect of cost management in building services. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in Nigeria, there is a lack of evidence indicating that quantity surveyors are effectively demonstrating leadership in the cost management of building services, in contrast to the arrangement of building fabrics and finishes, Amuda Yusuf, Adebiyi, Olowa 2016. The study by Amuda Yusuf, Adebiyi, and Olowa 2016 explore the extent of quantity surveyor involvement in the cost management of building services in north-central Nigeria. They reveal a surprising lack of structured approach to establishing reliable budgets for building services, particularly concerning a balanced distribution of expenditure among various components. The fundamental reason for this disconnect appears to be that quantity surveying education has evolved with a greater emphasis on building fabrics and finishes, often neglecting the associated technologies relevant to building services.
The inaugural lecturer called for collaboration between the federal and state governments in conjunction with the private sector to invest in research and development, focusing on the implementation of his research findings, adding that the innovation within the construction industry relies on sustained research and development efforts.
The creation of a construction industry development board is essential. This body will serve as a cornerstone for industry regulation, overseeing standard quality control, fair pricing, environmental sustainability, safety compliance, and equitable procurement process. By institutionalizing the CIDB, policymakers can provide much needed stability and professionalism in the sector. To maximize its effectiveness, the board must operate independently from excessive political interference.
At the end of the lecture, guests were treated to light refreshment at the University Gates Arena, where friends and well-wishers enjoyed themselves while exchange of pleasantries and taking of pictures took place. While the inaugural lecturer took time off to summarize his work, speaking with our crew, notable personalities extolled the value of his work and the contribution to research endeavors.
This lecture this Professor Ganiyu has done is far deep research about who is a quantity surveyor. What is the role of quantity surveyor? At what stage should a quantity surveyor come into the construction industry when somebody has an idea of or desire or resources to build a house, an office, and things like that? He has bring us forward with deep research that the best person to consult while wanting to embark on any building infrastructure. First and foremost, the advice of a quantity surveyor will definitely advise the owner of the property, the desired person, how much do you have? That's most important. It's not the architect first. This is my idea. I want to build a 3-story building in this location. His advice of a quantity surveyor will help a lot. We will not get such projects get stranded along the line. You have some people, they don't have more than maybe $1 million and they construct the holding at a failure. Then after having consulting, he has to work hand in hand with the architect. Either we conceive the idea, but without the knowledge of how much the desire the developer has in mind. If you over design, the project will be heading at a failure. But with guidance and carrying on the QS along the line, it will be a very successful and smart project.
As the pioneer dean of the Faculty of Environmental Sciences, University of Ilorin, I'm very, very glad at least to witness the first inaugural lecture from the faculty. And in particular, one of our mentee, the person appointed during my own time, one of those people who made sacrifice at the time we were laying the foundation for the faculty. Most members of staff we appointed then really made a lot of sacrifice for the progress of the faculty and progress of the university. I'm happy today that one of them is presenting his inaugural lecture, being the first from the Faculty of Environmental Sciences, University of Ilorin, and of course being the first from the Department of Quantity Surveying. I wish to have more of this, and I shall be glad to witness more of this. May God bless the lecture. And I am particularly happy that it takes place during the tenure of Professor Wahab Egbewole as the Vice Chancellor of the university. Like all other universities, all other Vice Chancellors who came before him, I appreciate them. I came in during the time of Professor Ise Akolohede. Professor Ambali was very useful to us. He supported the faculty. So all other Vice Chancellors. Before we come to the time of Professor Egbewole, he's been very magnanimous to the faculty. He's been very magnanimous to different departments there, and I pray for more and more of that. University of Ilorin is better by far. When I came, that I realized why the university is better by far, and it's getting better and better and better.
I lecture quantity surveying, and then quantity surveying is about construction cost management. Anything that has to do with construction, we understand the various components of the construction work, and then we allocate costs to it based on approved standard. So that at the end of the day, this will guide those people that want to execute the project, and then it will give the client the opportunity to have knowledge of what the project will cost before committing funds to it. We know definitely, client doesn't have bottomless pit filled with money, so he has to budget based on what he wants to execute. And what that is done, the document prepared, we call it bill of quantity. We use it to guide people during the execution of the work. We guide the practitioners, the clients, and then it's a good model to monitor what the cost of the building will probably be. Yeah, there is gap in the ability of quantity surveyors to manage cost of building services, because by the time we are preparing tender document for award of contract, usually the signs are usually not completed, and as a result of this, we are not able to budget properly for component of building services. So at the end of the day, they will now allocate fund to the part of building services that sum allocated at the beginning of a project can cover. So, and that is why you see some, clumsy attachment to building. Like in our auditorium here, you see all these afterthought connections. They are component of building services because they are not integrated strategically at the beginning of the project. One, leads to unsatisfied clients. Clients will always complain that how is this like this, because it will add to cost of the project.
Quantity survey is indeed the bedrock and pillar of construction efforts, no matter how little the structure might be.
Everyone, I would love to urge you all to watch Newsbeam TV. It's educative, innovative, informative, and entertaining. Thank you very much.